Chris Glaize is like an onion, many layers to him. I had a chance to catch up with him the other week to talk just who is Chris Glaize behind the coach, behind what you see coming out of the dugout. Who is Chris Glaize? Let's find out on the Sports Buffet.
Let's talk a little bit about Chris Glaize behind what you might see at the dugout or wherever else he might be. And this is going to be all good stuff, so don't have a face of worry already. How'd you get into playing baseball?
Man, I grew up in a small town in West Virginia on the Eastern Panhandle. My parents are from Charlestown, West Virginia, and we lived in Shepherdstown at the time, which is Gretna and Hurt and Alta Vista, basically how close they two apart. And there's a family up the street that guy's been the head coach at Jefferson High School, since 1979, I believe. His kids all played baseball there. We were a big baseball neighborhood, and that's what we played. And we hung around baseball, played baseball, and I don't care where we moved to. We moved to Charleston, West Virginia later. Played baseball and then moved here. Got blessed enough to play for this program and under Jim White. Got to go to college a little bit and play, and it's a great sport. But West Virginia is where I learned it.
We're going to let our hair down a little bit on this one. We got I don't want to say close over COVID times, but we had trivia each day, and you are people will not know this. You're a very big Maryland basketball fan of the late 70s and early 80s.
Yeah, the 80s. Yeah, I think they were a very talented group. I like to watch Carolina because they were equally good, but Maryland kind of got overlooked and how talented they were, and Lenny Bias and all those guys, and I loved watching them.
Let's go into that weight room right now and ask people how many of them know Len Bias.
There's going to be none in there that knows Len Bias.
But
That's
one of the greatest players, and to me, he's the biggest what if. Because what if he sticks around and plays in the NBA?
Well, I could sit around and say what if all day long, but Jordan would still be Jordan, but then there'd be in the conversation Len Bias and Jordan. Len Bias and LeBron, Len Bias and Kobe, Len Bias and,
and think about how good the ACC was then. You had Len, you had Jordan, and you had Ralph.
Basketball was amazing back in those days, and you mentioned UVA, how good UVA was back in those days. How about Georgia Tech back in those days? I mean, the ACC was loaded, and it was fun to watch. Fun to watch on Saturdays. You'd have a game in midweek and, things like that and watch, and all the games went to the wire, and you got to watch good coaching. You know what I mean? And learn X's and O's while you're watching the game as a youngster. And I'd go back in a heartbeat. Give me a time machine. Let's go back.
You once told me that I was your lucky charm. I need to stop waving my elbow over that door. Keeps opening. Told me, I believe it was the run that you guys had. What was it?
2012.
Okay.
2012, yeah. We got on a little run. I think we won 12 or 13 games in a row, and I ended up playing on the last day. And you kept calling, and I think one day you didn't call, and I
you wouldn't let me stop.
I called you up and said, "Man, you're gonna have to interview us, at least talk to us. You ain't got to put it on the air, but you got to at least talk to us."
But the one thing I like is, and I'm going to use your words here. I don't know how great of an interview you think you are, but you're very good, and I love it when you say, "How about so and so?" Where'd you learn your excellent interviewing skills?
What do you mean? How about
when I interview you? Sometimes I'll say something, you'll be like, "Well, how about this?" Well, how about that?
Yeah,
I love it.
Well,
I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'll do that later.
I'm from West Virginia. I'm a talker, man, and everybody knows I'm a jabberjaw, and I do love to talk. I love people. You know what I mean? I enjoy sitting here talking to you. I'd be talking to you if you didn't have a camera in my face right here or a microphone in my face. But I don't know. I'm just a talker.
How was it playing basketball here at Brookville?
Man, now you're talking about great times. Don't get me sentimental about going back.
Okay, well, don't cry.
No, man, it was amazing. I can tell you story after story. I got to play with a lot of good players. Basketball was one of those things where I really had to work at it, and I enjoyed it. You played in front of a pack house every night. We were the first Seminole District team to qualify for a state tournament. This back in '88. It's the first year they had a three-point line back there, and just playing in that old gym, it had atmosphere. It was, man, again, give me a time machine. Then send me back, man.
Give me a moment that sticks out to you when you were playing basketball. Just one.
Basketball? Well,
we'll do the other sports in a bit.
Well, obviously qualifying for the state tournament. It was the region semifinals. We played Laurel Park. What a game. I mean, it was a tight game all the way through. Played a kid named Jason Niblett who ended up going to East Tennessee State. I think he was a really good basketball player. Nobody thought we would even hang with those guys. And we came in there, and we our coaches coached and had us prepared, had us ready, and we played really good basketball.
And Laurel Park no longer in existence, at least the high school.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that, but that's good
shows how old you
trivia.
are.
Yeah, it is old. We are old.
Give me your biggest memory on the baseball field.
Well, obviously winning the state championship in 1987 and playing with those guys.
Where was it at?
Liberty. We played at Liberty. Played York. Beat York 10-0.
Okay, so you got to sleep in your own bed.
Yep, got to sleep in our own bed.
Give me your wake up feeling that morning. I'm assuming you probably remember it like it was yesterday.
Man, you're going way back. Nah, we still get together, like that group. We still get together, and we're still all really good friends, and we'll talk about that. And it's funny how one person remembers something completely different than the other person, and that happens. We laugh a lot about that, but I couldn't tell you what happened that day. I don't even know if we were in school. Maybe we were in school that day. I don't even know.
Probably would have been a Saturday. I didn't know baseball used to be on Saturday.
Well, it might have been.
I don't know.
Who knows? But we got to play with those guys, and I remember we beat an Abington team in the state semis, because back in those days, if you were the state champion, you were the AA state champion. There was only one team standing. So when you won, you won. They only took the winners of the region in basket, and baseball. And when you won it, you won it. And but the memory of it is obviously playing in those games, but it's the friendships that I try to tell these kids, man, like you're gonna create friendships for life.
Do you remember any play from that game?
I don't. I really don't. Jim you go to Jim's house and he has stacks of scorebooks, and he has all the stats and everything like that. And he doesn't, but he'll go right to it. So if you'll say something like, "Man, I had 3 hits that game," he'll go right to that book and say, "No, Glaize, you were 0 for 3."
Well, no, I'm not trying to knock you, but it seems like that memory would be ingrained. What's your biggest memory that you can think of to where I know where I was, blah blah blah? Give me a good one. Don't go morbid on me here or anything.
I know where I was. Like that game. I remember
the
jitters before the game. I remember going to Abington in the state quarterfinal game. Going down to Abington and how arrogant those people were. It's always been a good baseball school. But every pitcher that we faced in the region signed a pro contract that year. Nobody knows that. So we were a pretty good team. But going down there, and everybody thought they were going to just wipe the floor with us. I guess we looked like a bunch of ragtags, you know what I mean, from the Seminole District. But just remember how cocky they were. We went 8 innings, extra innings. We beat them, qualified for the state. Then you hear about how York was much better than us, how they were going to wipe the floor with us, how it was an easy trip. 10-0 later, we're state champions. Then, we're battling, and we finally get some recognition. The Seminole District, you go into the next year, and we play in the region finals against JF. And, you talk about studs. I mean, that team in '88 for JF was loaded. We were loaded. I think we were 18-1 in the regular season, and 19-1, something like that. We faced JF. We split in the regular season, and they just wiped the floors with us. They came to play. They go in and play York again, and they beat York 5-0 in '88. So the Seminole District had started getting some recognition back in those days. Yeah.
Final thing, word association. I'm going to give you 5 names, and I want you to give me a story, a word, whatever comes to your mind. Ready?
Yeah.
You understand the concept, right?
Yeah, I hope so. So you're going to give me a name, and I'm going to
tell me a story, or tell me a word, whatever you want to do. Phil Leftwich.
Great friend, amazing competitor. Never forget where he came from. He played at the highest level. He's the same person he was then. He's just a good friend.
Brandon Inge.
Stud. Like the baseball knowledge that guy spews out on a daily is amazing. He came here. I was fortunate enough to be around him to coach a little bit with him. He always told me he was going to give me a player's perspective, since that's all he's been, and it helped me out tremendously. But the knowledge that guy has is it's amazing. Yeah.
Eddie Murray.
Legend, switch hitting legend.
Underrated in my eyes.
Absolutely underrated. Yeah. I hate that he had to go somewhere else and play. I hated him in a Cleveland uniform, and
he went 3 other places too.
Yeah, I don't care. But number 33, switch hitter. My favorite.
Cal Ripken Jr.
Legend. He's another legend. How can you play? That's what you want to instill in your guys, to come to the ballpark to play every day. And
he performed.
He's a great player, but coming, I don't think we know how hard it is to play 162 games. But play 162 without sitting out, without playing, but then multiply that by 16 years. Or whatever the number is. That's amazing, and that number will never be touched again in this game today.
You can pull up a record book probably and find a guy that played 162 but maybe hit 240.
Yeah.
Not Cal. That's my point. He could compete.
Yeah, some tidbits. I read his book. You believe it or not, I read his book. And
pictures in it for you?
Yeah. I read his book, and he said that there was a brawl. One of those games getting close to the record. There was a brawl, and he got caught in the bottom of the pile and tweaked a knee, and got pretty lucky that he played in the game that night. The next game or something like that. It's you got to be lucky too. You don't take one off the finger, or whatever. But you be how tough you got to be to play, and that many games.
Final name, Earl Weaver.
Earl, gosh, yeah. Well, I was young back when Earl animated. I didn't take no crap out. I don't know. Earl played long ball. Back then he wanted to hit the home runs. He didn't bunt, didn't play small ball, whatever. If you ask me an Oriole coach that I like, I liked Earl, but I was kind of too young to really appreciate. It's like Brooks Robinson. Brooks is one of my favorite guys, but I'm kind of too young to. I was in his tail end of his time to really appreciate what Brooks did for Baltimore. He's still one of my favorites. Got an autograph from him, but Earl's kind of like that too. I like Buck Showalter. When he was at Baltimore, he's one. You had him in the Yankees too. Y'all didn't appreciate him up there, but I appreciate him.
I didn't have any say in that. So we'll do this again down the road. And by the way, we're not enemies. So when I pick on you, give you a hard time. That's what you do to me too.
Yeah,
so.
pick on. Yeah.